You ever wonder how much people in the One Piece world actually respect Luffy? Like, we know his crew loves him, but what about enemies? What about the Marines? Today, we're ranking characters by how much they respect our favorite Straw Hat captain. And honestly, some of these might surprise you. We're going from absolute zero respect all the way up to people who'd literally die for him. And yeah, we're giving actual percentages because why not make it spicy? Let's start with Fleet Admiral Akainu, who sits at a solid 0% respect. This man despises Luffy with every fiber of his being. He sees him as Dragon's son, a threat to his justice, and honestly would love nothing more than to turn him into a second donut. There's literally no respect here, just pure hatred. Blackbeard comes in at 20% respect. Teach sees Luffy as competition, but doesn't take him seriously at all. He's constantly underestimating him, which is honestly gonna bite him later. For Teach, Luffy is just another obstacle, not a real threat. Doflamingo sits around 30% respect. He acknowledges Luffy's raw strength after getting beaten down in Dressrosa, but he thinks Luffy's ideals are childish and naive. He gives credit where it's due, but that's about it. Crocodile's at 50% respect now. At first, he thought Luffy was just some annoying kid, but after getting defeated, he had to admit the boy's got serious potential. He even saved Luffy at Marineford, so there's definitely some begrudging respect there. Smoker lands at 60% respect. He's been chasing Luffy since the East Blue and can't ignore that Luffy's genuinely a good person with his own sense of justice. Smoker knows Luffy isn't like other pirates, but don't get it twisted. He'd still arrest him in a heartbeat. Oh hey, if you're enjoying this breakdown so far, hit that hype button. It genuinely helps the channel out a ton. Anyway, back to it. Eustace Kid sits at 70% respect. Kid and Luffy share the same dream of finding the One Piece, and deep down, Kid respects Luffy's strength and determination, even if he'd never admit it. The fact that Luffy's already a Yonko while he isn't absolutely kills him inside though. Fujitora has 78% respect for Luffy, which is actually pretty high for a Marine Admiral. He sees Luffy as genuinely exceptional, and he's even said that if he could regain his sight, he'd want to see what someone as kind as Luffy looks like. That's some serious respect right there. Marco the Phoenix comes in at 80% respect. He sees Luffy as a worthy successor to Ace's legacy and truly believes Luffy will shape the future of the pirate world. He likes the kid's spirit and leadership, even though he knows Luffy still got growing to do. Trafalgar Law sits at 85% respect. Law respects Luffy's strength and determination, especially after watching him take down Doflamingo. Sure, Luffy's recklessness drives him absolutely insane, but Law's learned to work around it. That takes serious trust and respect. Katakuri earned massive respect for Luffy after their legendary fight. Sitting at 90%, Katakuri saw Luffy as a true worthy rival. He was literally smiling when he found out Luffy escaped Big Mom territory. That's the kind of respect you dream about from an opponent. Kaido also sits at 90% respect. During their fight, Kaido actually saw Luffy as someone who could go toe-to-toe with him. After Luffy won, Kaido realized this was the Joy Boy he'd been waiting for all along. Coming from the world's strongest creature, that's insane. Big Mom deserves a mention here too, at around 85% respect. After Luffy survived everything she threw at him and even saved her life on Wano, she acknowledged him as a serious threat. She went from calling him a brat to recognizing him as a genuine rival. Zoro obviously has 100% respect for his captain. If loyalty was a person, it'd be Zoro. The nothing happened moment alone proves he'd do absolutely anything for Luffy. He admires everything about his captain and would die before letting him fail. Sanji's at 100% too. Yeah, he gets mad when Luffy steals food, but he was ready to take all of Luffy's pain from Kuma just like Zoro. And when Luffy nearly starved himself to bring Sanji back during Whole Cake Island, that sealed it forever. Speaking of loyalty, I actually covered who Luffy might end up marrying in another video. There's an info card popping up if you want to check that out. But let me keep going here. Nico Robin has 100% respect because Luffy literally gave her a reason to live. He saved her in Alabasta, gave her purpose, and then showed her during Annie's lobby that she finally had true friends. Robin would do anything for her captain. Jinbei sits at 100% too. He deeply respects Luffy's ambitions and kindness, believing Luffy will genuinely make the world better. He even gave his own blood to save Luffy's life. That's not just respect, that's complete faith. Kobe's another 100%, even though they're technically enemies now. Kobe will never forget that Luffy helped him become a Marine and chase his dream. Luffy's been his inspiration from day one. Yamato needs a spot here with 100% respect and admiration. She calls him her friend after one meeting and genuinely believes he's the one who'll change the world. She wanted to join his crew immediately because she respects him that much. But then we have Boa Hancock with literally infinite respect. She loves him, wants to marry him, and would do absolutely anything for him. Her love is so strong, it literally passed down to her Seraphim clone. Vegapunk didn't even program that. It's just encoded in her DNA somehow. And finally, Bartolomeo also gets infinite respect. This man formed an entire paracrew that's basically a Luffy fan club. He worships the ground Luffy walks on after seeing him survive that execution in Loketown. Bartolomeo's respect isn't just high, it's a whole religion. So there you have it. everyone from the haters to the superfans. Luffy's earned respect from Marines, Yonkos, rivals, and of course his loyal crew. The crazy part? He doesn't even try to get people to respect him. He just does his thing and people can't help but acknowledge him. Who do you think respects Luffy the most? Did I miss anyone important? Drop a comment below and let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and definitely check out that next video on your screen. The perfect follow-up to this one. Catch you in the next one.